So today we are talking about this epic testimonial where my client went from feeling very unsafe, just being herself because of some really deep internal insecurities, and just feel that feeling of being self-conscious, right? And her going from that to feeling this new sense of worthiness, of love, being loved by herself, by others around her, which then resulted in her, of course, loving herself more, which led to loving her children and the people that she interacted with and surrounded with. So super exciting, right? And this is really one of the reasons why I completely love the work that I do, right? Being able to facilitate a transformation like this that is completely client led, is truly an amazing feeling to have, right? And in this particular client, she started off feeling very insecure with herself, not wanting to be seen, and had some visibility issues that weren't really there before, but really something triggered her during the time that we were working together. And we really explored that very, very deeply, in her subconscious. And we went very, very, very deep. And because of this, we were able to discover the things that she hid from herself, right? The insecurities that were pretty much the tip of the iceberg. But the reason why she was insecure was a very, very deep layer of a lot of fears, right? A lot of worries, based on, the experiences she had from a previous relationship. And, this is, truly why it is important to really work on, the patterns that we have developed over time with our previous relationships, so that it doesn't hold us back from truly believing in ourselves and putting ourselves out there. Now, for this particular circumstance, she wanted to put herself out there in terms of, meeting someone new, but this could be putting yourself in front of people to be seen, like in your business, right? It transfers over, because that fear of visibility and not being seen based on your insecurities not only happens when you want to meet another person as a potential partner, but also in business, right? It's just one of these things where the way we do one thing is the way we do everything. So if we have fears of not wanting to meet someone, we're also at the same time going to hold ourselves back from truly meeting and connecting with potential clients, right? Which really affects how we run our business. And being able to connect, really, especially at this day and age in business, is super important. Wouldn't you agree? And so working on these core levels is something that we get to do for ourselves, right? Really looking at our identity, at the identity level, as to who we truly are and what we want for ourselves, what our true desires are, especially if you have learned in your past, consciously and unconsciously, that your desires are no good, or your wants and needs are too high, too big, for or unrealistic, right? Then and especially if it's coming from a primary bond that we have, whether it be a partner or a caregiver, then that really affects the blueprint in which the blueprint to which we think, feel, and act, right? So getting really deep into that is something that I help my clients with, right? And by being able to really help them and allow themselves to dig deep down as to who they truly are and become unapologetic about it, and release the beliefs and emotions, the pent up emotions from the past and the beliefs that were not theirs to carry anyways, really allows for that your true essence, your true self, your sense of self to really shine, and for you to be able to not allow things like fear of judgment or fear of rejection to hold you back from being yourself, because you have this clarity and you have this solidarity within you to know that who you are truly is inherently worthy of love and connection, and you are already significant and important no matter what. Being able to get to those deep layers is truly transformational, right? How would your life change, right? What would you do once you actually feel that inner knowing that it doesn't matter what other people think, that you can actually just go after what you need to go after or want to go after, right? How would it feel to just believe in yourself more by 10% today, and have that increase by at least 1% per day? Where would you be by March, right? How far would you be? How much more opportunities are you going to say yes to? How much more action are you going to take that is more effortless because you're allowing ease to come instead of fighting it and instead of resisting it, right? And this is the work that I get to do with my clients, because when we have beliefs that are stored not in our subconscious, and pent up emotions that are stored in our body, we are literally going to freeze if we feel somehow at an unconscious level that it is not safe for us to be ourselves, right? If we have beliefs like that not only are stored in our minds but also in our bodies, if it's not safe to be yourself, then we are going to prevent ourselves from doing that, right? We are going to care too much about what people think and not take the leap, even though deep down, internally, intuitively, you know that big leap is for you, right? It's not about never having fears, because that's not really possible. The fears are there, the discomfort there. If the discomfort isn't there, then it means that we are in our comfort zone, right? And we're not really growing. So it's not completely getting rid of the discomfort. It's just allowing that discomfort to come and still taking action, still taking the big leap, because you trust in yourself, because you feel safe in your ability to show your true self. And how would that feel to just be able to, not allow others' perceived perceptions of you to run the show, and instead you're taking the bull by the horn and you are just doing it just because you believe in yourself, right? You're taking leaps, you're taking massive risks because you know that you can figure it out. How would your life change, right? How would your relationships change? What if you decided to just do that now? Because where we are now is because of the things that we did a month ago, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, right? So if you started now, where would you be by mid-year? How much more would you accomplish? Because you're just naturally taking the action that you know also deep down that you're capable of. You just have some things that need to shift, right? It's all fixable. It's all figure outable, right? And I mean, we can do that together, right? If you're someone who really wants to be unapologetically yourself without hiding from your imperfections and just allowing you to come through, and having a great relationship with yourself, no matter, and instead of beating yourself up for your imperfections, you're allowing it, you're just observing it, you're allowing yourself to improve it instead of beating yourself up. How would that change you internally, right? How would your stress levels change, and how would you wake up in the morning? How much more brighter would things be? How much more willing are you going to be to feel your emotions, such as good joy and gratitude, if you just have that inner knowing? And so if you're interested in this, make sure you book a call. The link is below. Otherwise, I will see you soon. Keep going, boo, because the world needs you.